After all that talk that, Microsoft did not show up this generation for gaming, I noticed there's a change of tune. And the change of tune is coming from me reading comments from some of my audience members and seeing right now how, for the most part, everyone who is meticulous is watching with a lot more caution. There's not a lot of throwing, caution to the wind as was done in the past few weeks and months, especially after Starfield launched. All eyes were on Xbox. Can they do this exclusive thing? Can they compete, in quote? When in reality, that's not really where the competition was actually geared towards. There's all of this talk, right? All of the, crazy talk about, this whole thing with Xbox and, them moving their games to PlayStation. You need to understand that one very interesting thing about this is who actually is pining for these Xbox games. The answer to that question is PlayStation gamers are actually pining for these games. One of my audience members, when I made the other video, he was like, he's a PlayStation fan, and he said, well, I don't think, some PlayStation players want to play these games that Xbox is bringing over. And, honestly, guys, that may well be true because, this audience member of mine prefers the single player games. And so, yes, there are people who prefer playing single player games on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, wherever they may be. It's their preference. There are also people who prefer playing real-time strategy games. There are people who prefer playing sports games. There are people who prefer playing shooters or whatnot. But here's where the rub is. The rub is in the data. Because what we've noticed in the entire last year is that the PlayStation gamer and the Xbox gamer will spend more of their time playing these live service games more than the single player games over the course of time. So the signal to anybody who has a live service game is we out here. That's what they're seeing. So Xbox is looking around like, all right, we don't drain all of what we can from Forza. Where next do we need to go? They look at Xbox, they're like, well, everyone's covered. You got it on Game Pass, whatever you want to do. They look at PC, we got y'all. And then all of a sudden, they hear a chant, we out here, we out here. Such as like, what's that sound, Phil? Feels like, I don't know. We out here. And it's like, you sure you're not hearing something? Are you hearing the same thing I'm hearing? We out here, we out here. And they look, Matt Biscatello, what's that sound? Matt's like, we out here. Matt's like, it's coming from the PlayStation side. Don't you hear it? He's like, Matt, how can you recognize it? I can recognize it. I've dealt with, a lot of these gamers over the time. Really? So what are they saying, Matt? Well, from what I can see, Matt says, it appears that they like to play these live service games. Really? And Matt's like, even look at Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League. It went on sale and they're playing it on PlayStation. We out here. And Xbox is like, is that right? Oh, all three of them do a light bulb moment. And you realize that the PlayStation ecosystem itself and its player behavior has already invited another viral acting live service game, which is in this case Forza Horizon 5, and I say viral in the sense that, a virus uses its host to replicate its DNA, depending on the kind of virus, all that crazy stuff. And that's why y'all are getting these games. Again, like I said, if you notice, there's not much of the emphasis. It's max profitability. There's not much of the emphasis on porting a game like Sunset Overdrive to PlayStation at this moment in time. That game's already, it's going to stay on Xbox. There's almost going to be no reason to go ahead and port it to PlayStation because its sales might be one and done, and all that is the case. But a game like Forza has continuity, new content, second, follow-up game that may be in production, that may launch day one after having given a taste to the PlayStation fans. These are the kinds of games that, you can pretty much see as those going there because PlayStation fans, PlayStation users, PlayStation gamers actually like them. If, say, maybe Fortnite was not even, a thing, right? There will be another game that would fill its place. And even with Fortnite being such a juggernaut on the PC platform, its biggest player base is PlayStation. PlayStation is probably one of the bigger player bases for majority of live service games. And that, I can tell you, is basically where it's at. So, I hope anybody that's looking at this is actually paying attention to the intricate details that this particular market pressure that's pushing Xbox to move to other platforms is also complemented by an attractive magnetic factor that's pulling Xbox to also come to PlayStation. So it's almost downhill for now. So if you value maybe the fact that a game is on one platform and that's what makes you keep a platform, forget that proposition. Go find a platform that does that in Nintendo. But with Xbox and PlayStation, they're not going to be doing that. It's only a matter of time before PlayStation looks and says, why are we leaving money on the table? After having tasted money from Xbox's own coffers with MLB The Show. Why are we leaving money on the table? After some of our own internal games and internal studios, or external studios, sorry, I say internal games, our internal engine and external studio, Kojima Productions, has leveraged Xbox in order to advance themselves. Why are we leaving money on the table? These are very pertinent questions that PlayStation is going to start asking. Because console sales can only carry you so much on a subsidized hardware, package. That's it. And if you have a proposition that free-to-play games don't have to pay for PlayStation Plus for your subscription service, and then you're seeing, these kinds of results with Fortnite and all that, sure, you're making V-Bucks money, but you're not getting that subscription fee that you'd like. You need to get your Helldivers game to another platform. If not, new players are going to keep coming in there, leveraging those ecosystems like Marvel Rivals and beating you at your game. That's what the market is dictating right now. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.